Amid the horror, the violence, today there were signs of grace inside a Meadow Lake courtroom. Today, the mother of two teenage victims from the Loche shootings forgave the shooter in open court. Alicia Fontaine lost her two sons in one of the worst mass shootings in Canadian history, but today she says while she's angry, she isn't angry at the shooter. Part of Alicia Fontaine's willingness to forgive may have been fueled by the fact that the teenage shooter insists the two brothers were never supposed to be part of the plan. On a videotaped interview with RCMP today, played in the Meadow Lake courtroom, he did admit that he planned to go shoot up the school, but he said the brothers were never supposed to be part of any of it. Still, the shooter shot Dane 11 times, shot Drayden twice. That was before he went on to the school, killed 2 more people and wounded 7 others. Alicia Fontaine said the shooter phoned her just days after the shooting, crying, begging for forgiveness. That's when she said she did forgive him. Alicia Fontaine's forgiveness was a unique moment in this week-long sentencing hearing. For the most part, we've heard from victims whose lives were ripped apart, whose town will never be the same. We heard about the young football prodigy who could no longer play the sport, let alone go to school. We heard about the teacher who worked just hours before the shooting took place on an essay with the shooter. He still lives with the dread that he could have been one of the victims that day. For the most part, those victims wanted a harsher sentence for the shooter. They wanted him sentenced as an adult to spend the rest of his life in prison. But then there is Alicia Fontaine, the mother who lost so much that day and is still so willing to forgive. She says if it was up to her, the shooter would not be in prison. He wouldn't even have been charged in the first place. Charles Hamilton, CBC News, Meadow Lake.